Hey there, Tracy from Waldo Thai Massage and Bodywork. I'm here to do some yoga this morning. I'm feeling pretty tired today. I have a lot going on in my life, so we will see how today's yoga session goes. Um, yeah, that may be it. I think I've got an idea of what we're gonna do. Maybe just a sequence of sun salutations that's just going to be kind of repetitive, which makes it very meditative, which I'm feeling like I need this morning. So I don't know. We'll do some yoga. We'll see what happens. So go ahead and find your nice, comfortable seated position, whatever that means to you. Sitting up nice and straight. If you've got extra stuff on that booty, just go ahead and pull that away so that you're sitting right on those sits bones, and you're feeling maybe a little bit more grounded with the earth, feeling that ground right underneath you, nice and solid. Back is straight, and just take a moment to start relaxing your body. Sometimes when we go into a yoga session, things have been frazzled and we've been, trying to get there and everything all set up and whatever. And then, you sit down and the instructor says, okay, and relax now. And it's not a switch, right? We all know that. Relaxation is not a switch that you can flip unless it is for you. And if that's the case, please contact me and give me the key to the relaxation switch. But for me, it usually takes maybe, depending on the day, maybe a minute, maybe 5 minutes. Maybe it's not going to happen at all, but it's okay. We're going to get there. So let's just kind of take a moment to try and let everything go. Letting everything else in the world just kind of fade away. It will all be there after we finish with our yoga today. But maybe for the next hour-ish, we can just let it go and be here, just right here in this moment. So close your eyes, relax the belly, drop your shoulders away from your ears, soften your face, soften your hands. Release any tension you might be feeling in your knees. And just let go. Now bring your focus to your breath. You're taking a few moments to really slow down the breath. Taking big inhales in and exhales out. Just taking your time about it. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Doing some deep belly breaths, so bringing that air, that new fresh oxygen all the way down to the belly so that you can feel your belly rise and expand as if it were a balloon. And then on the exhale, pressing that belly button back towards the spine, squeezing out all of that old stale air. Slow and gentle breathing in and a slow and gentle breathing out. And as you're breathing slowly in and slowly out, be mindful that tension doesn't creep back into the body, which it sometimes has a tendency to do. I know that sometimes when I'm trying to just sit and breathe, I tense my knees for some reason. They just start to kind of squeeze up a little bit. So be mindful of that. All right, on your next exhale, lengthen your spine, the back of your neck, and drop your chin down to your chest. Really tucking that chin in, feeling a stretch along the back of your neck. Keep those shoulders nice and relaxed and down. And then roll your head to the right so that your right ear is above your right shoulder, and drop that left hand down to the mat, gently pressing into the stretch. Bring your hand back to your knee, roll your chin down to your chest. And then roll your head to the other side so that your left ear is above your left shoulder. Dropping your right hand down, pressing into the stretch on this side. And bring the hand back to the knee, roll your chin back down to your chest. And now we'll stretch the muscles in the front of your neck. So while your chin is down and tucked in, open your mouth as wide as you can make it, and then tip your head all the way back to look up at the ceiling, and then gently close your mouth to feel a stretch all along the front of your neck. While your chin is down, you can put a hand up and anchor those upper chest muscles if you would like. And release the tension in your neck and bring your head back to center. And then slowly open your eyes. And let's bring our hands in front, interlacing the fingers. And then flip the palms out, pressing them away from you. Round your upper back, tuck your chin in, And really feel that nice, good stretch along the upper back. And then reach the arms up, pressing up and away from you. Nice straight spine, lifting up, up, up. Release the fingers, reach the arms out. Palms face the ceiling and you're reaching out as far as you can. And say, I am awesome. And then bring those elbows in, press the wrists back, opening the heart center, getting a little bit of a stretch in the pecs. And then bring the hands back in front, interlace your fingers. Press the palms out and away from you, round the spine, tuck the chin in. And then reach the arms up, pressing up and away from you. Release the fingers, bring the arms out, palms face the ceiling, shoulders are down. And as you're reaching out in this pose of allowing, say, I am grateful for my life. And then bring the elbows in, pressing the wrists back. And then release. Maybe do a few shoulder circles. Going big, big, big shoulder circles one direction. And then reverse that, going the opposite direction. And come back to stillness, reach the arms out, and let's do big circles with the wrists. You can either have your hands open, or if it feels better, I kind of like to have my wrists, or what am I saying? My fists closed sometimes. So big circles one direction, big circles the other direction. And then go up and down and up and down. Really try to bring your finger, when you're down, try to bring your fingers back to touch the palm of your hand. You'll get a nice stretch all along the tops, along your wrists. So just really take just a moment and feel that. It's an unusual place to stretch, but it feels really good. It's really good for you. Good, and then just release that and kind of shake it out a little bit. Okay, well, let's come into puppy dog pose. So for puppy dog pose, you'll start in tabletop. Maybe just back a little bit. So hips are above your knees. And then you're just gonna walk your hands forward. So child's pose, you would sit back, but for puppy dog, you wanna keep the hips up. So just walking up and then bringing your chest to the mat. All right, lift up, walk the hands back in, but maybe not all the way because we're gonna come into downward facing dog. So the hands are a little bit up, out in front. You're gonna curl your toes under, lift the hips, come into down dog. So we'll hang out here in down dog for just a few moments. So really taking the time to feel your down dog. So you're pressing your heels down, lifting your kneecaps, feeling all of the length along the back of your legs. Hips are lifting. Your head and your chest are coming through your arms. And just feeling all of the things that are going on. Woo! I totally slipped. In your down dog. Okay, and then walk your feet all the way up to your hands and come in to your forward fold. And go ahead and bend your knees just very slightly and grab hold of each elbow and hang out for just a moment in ragdoll. So your head and your neck are nice and relaxed. And just completely release and let go into ragdoll. All right, release the elbows and then reach the arms all the way out, come all the way up, reaching straight up towards the ceiling. Shoulders are down and away from your ears, but your fingers are reaching up. So it's like your arms are reaching in two different directions. And from here, just go ahead and bring your arms down to your sides for Tadasana. Mountain pose, we're just going to stand here. Knees are soft, shoulders are down, bones stacked on top of each other. So it's just basically like your bones are holding you up, not your muscles. Everything's in alignment. And from here, we're going to go through a series of sun salutations, and I will walk you through this. And I would like for you to make this like meditative. Just get into the rhythm of it. Try to tune out everything else that's going on. So reach the arms out and up, and then dive down to forward fold. Come into halfway lift. Back of your legs are nice and straight. You're lifting your hips, your back is straight. So hands, fingers are either on the mat or they can come to your shins if that works better for you. But just really feel the length in the back of your legs. Come back to forward fold. Step back to down dog. Come forward to plank. Shoulders are above your wrists. Belly is lifting. You can drop the knees to the mat if that works better for you. And then lower down. Coming all the way down so the belly comes to the mat. Shoulders back and away from your ears. Lifting up for baby cobra. So hands hovering just above the mat. Shoulders pulling away from your ears, lifting up. And then bring the hands back to the mat. Curl the toes under and lift back to down dog, but you're pressing up with the belly, not lifting up with your back. Walk the feet forward, come into forward fold. Reach the arms out, come all the way up. Palms come together, little back bend, pressing the hips forward. Reach back up. Dive down to forward fold. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Step back to down dog. Come into plank. Lower down. Up dog. Really pressing away from the mat, lifting the top of your head. Curl the toes under, lift back to down dog. Walk forward to forward fold. Reach the arms out, come all the way up. Palms come together, little back bend. Reach back up. Dive down, forward fold. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Down dog. Plank. Lower down. Up dog. And down dog. Come forward to forward fold. Reach the arms out, come all the way up. Palms come together, little back bend. Reach back up. Dive down, forward fold. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Step back, down dog. Come into plank. Lower down. Up dog. And down dog. Walk forward to forward fold. Reach the arms out, come all the way up. Palms come together, little back bend. Reach back up. Dive down, forward fold. Halfway lift. Forward fold. This time, let's step the right foot back to low lunge. A great big step back. Drop the hips down. Press the knee up so you feel that nice stretch in the front of that right leg. Drop that right knee down, uncurl the toes. Bring the hands either up to the left knee or all the way up. Press the hips forward, maybe a little arch in the back for crescent lunge. Bring the hands back to the mat. Curl the right toes under, lift the knee. Step back to down dog. Come into plank. Lower down. Up dog. And down dog. Walk the feet forward, come into forward fold. Reach the arms out, come all the way up. Palms come together, little back bend. Reach back up. Dive down, forward fold. Halfway lift. Forward fold. And step the left foot back to low lunge. And again, really think about dropping those hips down, but lifting that left knee. Getting that really nice stretch, elongating all of those hip flexor muscles. And then drop that left knee down, uncurl the toes. Arms come up either to the knee or all the way up. And arching back, pressing the hips forward. Bring the hands back to the mat. Curl the toes under, lift the knee. Step back to down dog. Come forward to plank. Lower down. Up dog. And down dog. Walk the feet forward, come into forward fold. Reach the arms out, come all the way up. Palms come together, little back bend. Reach back up. Dive down, forward fold. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Step the right foot back to low lunge. Drop the right knee down, uncurl the toes. Coming up for crescent lunge. Bring the hands back to the mat. This time sitting back to half Hanuman. So just straightening the left leg, sitting the hips back. So now the right knee is bent, left leg is straight, left toes are pointing towards the ceiling. You want those toes to be straight up, not coming out. So sometimes if your hips are tight or whatever, they're just going to but try to keep those toes pointing towards the ceiling, and then bring your forehead towards the knee. Be gentle with this stretch. You always want to stretch to feel good so that your nervous system knows that it's a good thing and that there's no danger. All right, and coming forward, so bending that left knee, curling the right toes under, lifting that right leg, coming back to your low lunge. And then step back to down dog. This time we're going to come through plank, almost into up dog, but you'll stay up on your toes. So basically just allowing that belly to kind of sag in the middle, but you're still up on your toes, and then come right back to down dog. So coming forward, dropping that belly, staying very tight and controlled, come back to down dog. And let's do that one more time, coming forward, drop the hips down, and back to down dog. Now lift the right leg up, three-legged dog. The hips stay down, so you're not opening your hips in this. You're keeping that right hip down, right toes pointing at the ground. And then swing that foot through, kind of lifting up in the middle, and bring that foot all the way up. If it doesn't quite make it, you can kind of just sort of, with your hands, kind of give it a shove forward, or if you wiggle those back toes, you'll kind of sink a little bit deeper and back into your low lunge. And then from here, we're going to step that left foot up. I am struggling today, people. I'm really sorry about that. You're going to step that left foot all the way up to meet the right. I'm not sure if I can make it, but we're going to do our best. Oh, yeah, I didn't quite make it, but that's okay. It's all good. We're not judging. So back into forward fold. Reach the arms out. Come all the way up. Palms come together. Little back bend. Reach back up. Fix the britches if you need to. Grow your arms up. Dive down to forward fold. Halfway lift. And forward fold. All right, we're going to get back into our flow here. Step the left foot back, low lunge. And drop that left knee down, uncurl the toes, arms up for crescent lunge. Some days the struggle is just a little bit more than others. And today I am riding the struggle bus. All right, bring the arms back down, sitting back to your half Hanuma. This is half monkey god pose. So again, you're right on the back of that heel so that toes aren't flaring out. I struggle a little bit more on this side than on the other, but I'm really working to keep my toes pointing straight up. And then I'm gonna curl my head under and bring my forehead towards my knee. And then coming back into your low lunge. So come forward, bending that right knee, curl the left toes under, lift the left knee. So we're back in low lunge. And then stepping back to down dog. And then doing what we did before, so coming forward, but staying up on your toes, just allowing those hips to drop down. Pressing up with the belly, coming back to down dog. And again, coming forward, drop the hips down, almost into a upward facing dog, back to down dog. And one more time, come forward, drop the hips down, and back to down dog. And left leg comes up, three-legged dog. Bring that, what am I saying, left foot forward, bringing it all the way up for your low lunge. And then stepping all the way up, big, huge step. Woo! Made it that time. Forward fold. Reach the arms out, come all the way up. Palms come together, little back bend. Reach back up. Bring your arms to your sides for Tadasana, mountain pose. And say, I am strong like a mountain. Grr. You don't know why mountains would growl, but mine does. Grr. Anyways, okay, so let's attempt a little balancing today. I'm not sure what I've got for you, but I'll do my best. So let's do a couple different things, but I'm just going to come kind of here so that I'm facing you, and we're going to come into just a simple tree. So bring your hands to prayer at heart center, putting all of your weight in your right foot. Kind of, I always like to sort of wiggle a little bit my foot, which kind of helps just spread my foot out, gives me more surface area to stand on. So if you ever see me just sort of wiggling, it's because I'm actually just trying to spread my foot out. So then I'm going to bring, oh, yeah, my little brain is all over the place today, people. I'm not sure how this balancing is going to go, but anyways, I'm going to bring my left foot up, and I'm just going to bring it just below my right knee, and I'm going to find one spot to focus on that's not going to move, and I'm going to use that spot to help anchor me in place. And trees sway. It's all good. Maybe your tree is hanging out in a windstorm today. It happens. And then just release that down. And we'll see how we do on the other side. So again, just kind of really pressing that foot down, maybe wiggling it around, spreading that foot out, feeling the whole bottom of your foot, getting it nice and anchored. When you're ready, bring that right foot up for tree on the other side. And just try to keep your mind as quiet as possible. This is not the time for judgment. If you're feeling entirely unbalanced, there's no reason to judge that. You are where you are. And maybe tomorrow will be better. Or not. But we're not worrying about that. We're only worrying about what's happening right now. And worry is the wrong word. That was a terrible word to use. We're only thinking about what's happening right now. I want to stop talking. Go ahead and bring your foot down. All right, let's try some figure 4 chair. So again, spreading your foot out, your right foot, getting nice and grounded in that foot. And you're going to go ahead and bring your hands back to prayer. Bring that left foot up across your knee, like you're just crossing your legs. And that you want that leg to be just above your knee, never on your knee. And then from here, you're gonna sit back. So bending that right leg. So kind of like you're sitting back to chair, only you're sitting in a chair with your leg up, like cross-legged sort of. And just see how far you can sink down into your figure 4 chair. And then go ahead and come up and release. Good job. I don't have any idea if you did a good job because I can't actually see you. But I'm going to assume that you at least attempted, and if you attempted, then it was amazing. All right, so trying this on the other side now, spreading that left foot out, feeling nice and grounded. Bring that right foot up, crossing it above your left knee, and sitting back. Moving slowly and mindfully. And come back up and release. Back to Tadasana. Excellent work, folks. All right, I say we come down to the mat now. All right, let's do some fire log pose. So sit so that your right shin is parallel to the top of your mat. And then you're going to bring your left foot and set it on your right knee. So the goal here is to have your shins basically parallel to each other. If that's not working for you, that's totally cool. You can set that left foot in front or out a little bit, or hell, even in if you want, whatever. But you do want that right shin parallel to the mat. And then from here, just bring your hands down to the mat and then start walking your hands forward. Now what we're looking for here is a nice stretch in that left, like booty, glute area, maybe all along the side. You feel a stretch where you feel a stretch. You feel a stretch where you need the stretch, basically. People ask me all the time, where am I supposed to be feeling this? And people feel stuff in different places. So just because I feel it one place doesn't necessarily mean that you feel it there. I mean, some people might feel this more inner thigh area because they're tight there, and that's where they need the stretch. But anyways, you're most likely feeling it on that left hip area. And just try to allow your body to really relax into this stretch. I say this a lot in my yoga classes, but you never want to overstretch. You never want to force your body into a stretch, because that's not actually going to make you more flexible. You're just going to freak your nervous system out. And flexibility actually has a lot to do with your nervous system. And when you start to go into a stretch, the muscles send a message to your nervous system saying, holy crap, something's happening, what's going on? And then it's up to your nervous system to say, oh no, you're fine, everything is good. And then you can relax a little bit deeper into the stretch. Or if it's too much, your nervous system is going to be like, pull back, pull back, pull back. And it's not going to allow you, or you're going to get injured. So that was a whole lot of words to saying, be gentle with your body. Okay, go ahead and come up, and we'll switch to the other side. All right, and putting your legs wherever you think that is a good place for you to be. Bring your hands to the mat, maybe slowly, as your body starts to relax into the stretch, slowly starting to walk your hands out a little bit. And just be here. And just notice all of the subtle changes in your body as it starts to relax into a stretch. This is actually one of my favorite stretches. I like to do this right before I go to sleep at night, because it just kind of helps loosen everything up so that I can sleep better. Which I haven't been doing in the last few nights, which is probably why I haven't been sleeping very well. So, lesson to myself, be kind and loving to myself, and do my stretches before I go to sleep. Okay, and go ahead and come back up. Let's come into bound angle pose. So turn a little bit so I'm facing you. Bringing the soles of the feet together, pulling them towards you, grabbing hold of your ankles, lift the chest up, pull the shoulders down, pressing the knees out, and come forward, leading with your chest. And then you can actually, I always like to now kind of grab hold of my toes instead, and then use my elbows to press my knees out. always kind of interesting to see if one side is tighter than the other. You don't want to judge those differences, just know that we don't really live symmetrical lives, that we're always doing something on one side that we don't do on the other. You hold your kid on one side, you hold your purse on one side. For guys, a lot of times they'll stick their wallet in one side and then they're always sitting with one hip slightly higher than the other. So, always just interesting to think about those little non-symmetrical things in life. All right, go ahead and come back up. And let's go ahead and do a spinal twist, and then we will settle into our Shavasana. So go ahead and lie on your back. And let's bring both knees into our chest. So squeezing the knees in. And then grab hold of just the right knee. Reach the left leg up into the air. And then while you're squeezing that right knee in, lower that left leg straight out onto the mat. And then grab that right knee with your left hand. Right arm comes out to a T. And then you're just going to bring that right knee across your body. And then turn your head to look at your right hand. Coming into a gentle spinal twist. Just really trying to let go in this twist. Try not to hold on to anything. And then go ahead and come back to center, bringing both knees into your chest again. Squeeze the knees in. And then grab hold of that left knee. Squeezing it in nice and tight. Right leg comes up and then slowly down to the mat. And then grab the left knee with the right hand. Left arm comes out to a T, bringing that left knee across the body and looking over at your left hand. And again, just let go. All right, go ahead and come back to center. Bring your knees back into your chest.
Grabbing hold of those knees, squeeze them in, bring your forehead up towards your knees, making yourself into a little ball and squeeze everything. Squeeze, 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 and then release. Bring your legs long onto your mat, arms at your sides, taking a moment here to just really settle in and find a nice, comfortable Shavasana. And just let go. Taking just a few minutes here to quiet your body and quiet your mind. Feeling any leftover stress or tension just melting out of your body. And now start to bring yourself back, bringing a little movement into your fingers and into your toes, just reawakening your body. And when you're ready, keeping your eyes closed, come up to a nice, comfortable, seated position, bringing your hands to prayer.
taking just a moment here to thank yourself for coming and doing yoga this morning. And I thank you so much for allowing me to guide you through your yoga practice today. The divine light in me honors the divine light in you. Namaste. All right. Thanks, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. It's been a bit of a struggle. I've got a lot going on, but I'm really glad that we're doing this because it sort of has been forcing me to make sure that I do my yoga. And I really am glad about that because it always makes me feel a lot better after I've done it. So, thanks. Thanks for keeping me on the ball. Remember that you can always sign up for these classes online through my website, which is waldothaimassage.com. Thai is THAI, so waldothaimassage.com. Just go to book online, and then you can actually sign up for these classes, and then my software will send you reminders so that you remember to come and join me. So anyways, that's what I got for you today. I hope you enjoyed this yoga class, and I will see you in a couple of days. All right. Thanks, guys.